It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago. And it's 7 p.m. in New York City. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog Mississippi on a very special night with a very special program. But before I go too further into this rabbit hole, and boy, it gets deeper, longer, and wider every time you pick up a paper. I am joined by the pit bull herself, Amelia, the mouth of the South, Chapman. How are you, Amelia?
Good. Okay. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm okay. This was an interesting show we're supposed to have. She may still show up. I'm not real sure.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to have Dr. Diana Lengel with us tonight. So far, folks, she's a no-show. The second time she's a no-show. Do yourself a favor and do not go to see Dr. Diana Lengel because she'll probably be late for your appointment.
Usually it's the patients that are the no-show.
I know. Yeah, usually the patients are the no-show, not the doctor.
Right?
Well, we're going to say goodbye to Dr. Lengel. So if she shows up tonight, piss on her. I don't give a flying fuck these days. I really don't. I don't care. I don't care. We got something more important to talk about. Like a man died.
Yes.
And a killer is at large, or we think we got him, but we're not sure now.
No.
What the fuck else could go wrong with that case?
Oh my gosh.
You don't know what we're talking about. Tonight's show, folks, it's going to be a good one. Healthcare under fire. Senseless tragedy, or is it about time? Amelia, you have a lot to say about this.
Yes.
You've been part of the system. Your husband has been a victim of the system. So you see both sides of this quagmire. I'm going to go right to you on this. What the fuck is going on?
Well,
You do that, I'm going to pour me a cup of coffee, and if I had a cigarette, I'd smoke it right now.
right. Well, it's regarding a gentleman that was killed, the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, Brian Thompson.
Yep.
Gunned down on December the 4th. He was going to a meeting at 6:45 a.m., going to the Hilton. The thing that bothers me, though, is if you have that much money, why don't you just stay at the Hilton since you're going to be attending the meeting at the Hilton? That's question number one for me.
That's question number one for you? Question number one for me is, why the hell didn't you have the meeting in your office in Midtown Manhattan? Why were you at the Hilton Hotel at 6:45 a.m.?
Yeah, was
it a meeting or was it a hookup?
Could be, because he was meeting a lot of different people for a meeting. So I don't know if maybe he had to have a lot of people come in from different places. So maybe that was the main thing.
So what? He's the president. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
He was the president of the single largest health insurance company on planet Earth.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Don't let the gravity of that slip by you.
Oh, no, of course not.
UnitedHealthcare is the largest insurance company in the world.
In the world, right.
Period, bar none. They don't even come close to UnitedHealthcare. This guy was 50-something years old. It was like your age.
Yeah, he was 50, actually. And to Tim Walz from Michigan's like, oh, we're gonna find out what's going on, blah blah blah. No, Tim Walz, stay out of it. Okay.
First of all, Tim Walz
Mm-mm.
got used to having a fucking camera in his face when Kamala, the Ugandan giant Harris, was running for president, which she sadly, gladly lost.
Right. Exactly. And
Talk about a clueless fuck. Jesus
right.
Christ.
And
All right, Lord.
And also too, it's like, secondly, why would you, like I said, stay at the same hotel you're going to have the meeting at? Two,
Yeah.
why don't you have your bodyguards with you if you're going to be, don't walk out by yourself. And he normally has a bulletproof vest, which he did not that day.
My man Leon and Rosie are
Leon.
here. And here's what I got to say. I love Leon because he and I think the same way. The Hilton that early is a hookup. You bet your fucking balls it is, Leon. Let me tell you something. Nobody, no CEO, no, mark my words, ladies and gentlemen around the world, no CEO is going anywhere at 6:45 a.m. unless there's tits and ass involved. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Right.
Going there for a meeting. It was going there for a hookup. Okay. What? My question is simple. Why not his office? His office had housed hundreds.
Exactly. Lots and lots of meetings.
Lots, and they have dedicated meeting rooms.
Yeah, boardrooms.
Far bigger than the Hilton.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, just so you know, his wife wasn't all that boo-hooey.
No, she was not.
Mr. Thompson.
Oh, no.
So Amelia's going to tell you about that story a little bit.
She was
Amelia, give me the nuts and bolts here. Because this is a rabbit hole, okay?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So let's just try to decipher the rabbit from the hole.
Right.
Give me the nuts and bolts. What do we know about that morning? What happened?
The gunman was waiting outside the Hilton hotel room before 6:45 because they did find a water bottle and two those little bars that you would eat, just to give you some energy.
Well, energy bar, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he was just waiting there. And supposedly, I'm not gonna say that he went across the street or where the Starbucks was. They found a Starbucks cup, but we don't know if he did buy anything like that. But he did use cash. He did use a fake New Jersey ID to rent a hotel room between November 24th to February 4th, the day of the shooting. Right. From what we understand is that he used cash the whole time, and they did supposedly, I'm going to say supposedly because we're not going to say that's him or not, but they did have him on camera with a big old smile on his face. But
we'll go. I'll tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. Mm-hmm. Hold off on that aspect of the story. Because that'll tie right into our conspiracy shit.
Right.
And everybody, hold on. Wait a minute. Why are you interrupting me every time I talk? Why do you do that?
Because I can. Go ahead.
No, you can't. Shut up. All right. So let's go down the that rabbit hole because there's a lot to go down. So we understand. Okay. So Mr. Thompson, God rest his soul, he gets killed. People cheered.
They did, yes.
Okay. They cheered. Apparently, America, and this is why I wanted Dr. Lengel here, but she'll never come back here again. But the problem is twofold. Number one, America is fed the fuck up with insurance companies and getting beat and getting ripped off and then feeling like they did something wrong. Yes. Number one. Number two, the question I asked at the beginning of the show, is it a tragedy or about time? How would you respond to that? Because I could go both ways on this one.
Well, first, it is a tragedy because two boys are left without a father.
True.
To say that.
Yep.
And friends, family, of course, are left without a friend and cousin, brother, maybe whatever, sister, whatever he had. And about time, the people that are cheering are the people that did not have their claims, um, that had their claims denied, actually.
And there is the linchpin.
Mhm.
There's the hook. Denied claims. All right. What we know is that the shooter was supposedly or purported. We'll use the word allegedly.
Allegedly, correct.
The shooter was allegedly apprehended today in Altoona, Pennsylvania. The shooter is from Atlanta, Georgia. We know that his destination of origin was the Atlanta bus terminal. He took a bus from Atlanta to New York to the Port Street terminal in New York. I know it well. I've been there many times. And he apparently or allegedly shoots Mr. Thompson in the back twice. But he does something interesting. He doesn't run.
Nope.
He doesn't try to get away. He gets on a bicycle and then rides away on a bike.
Yes.
Just takes his time, puts his gun away,
Yeah.
puts his water bottle in his big old coat he's got on. He's got a knapsack on his back, a little backpack.
Yes.
And he goes. Where the fuck did he go?
Exactly.
You know? Leon, your thoughts. Oh, Rosie is an RN. And she's surprised something like this didn't happen. So, yeah. And that's what we're getting at, Leon. Thank you. And tell Rosie thank you for her service. Because being a nurse these days, oh, man.
Yeah.
I want to tell you what. You know what? You almost take your life in your hands being a nurse.
Yes, you do. We're working in that medical field. Yes.
You
true.
Really do. Amelia, you had some experience some years ago working for that company you were with like for 5 years.
Yes.
You did scheduling, but even doing scheduling, you used to hear people cuss at you.
Oh, yes.
People get on your case for like it's your fault. They can't get an appointment. It's your fault.
Yes.
You're responsible for them not getting an appointment. Tell everybody, because they'll probably think I'm making this up.
Right.
Like everybody thinks I make up everything. I promise you I don't. I really don't, because life is too fucked up to make shit up, okay?
Right.
All the weird shit that's happened in the world happened in real life, okay?
It does. I mean, they get mad at you for you don't have the appointment or the time, or why don't you have that day available, or why is it 3 months?
Job, damn it! Why don't I have my appointment? You effed up, Amelia.
Yeah. Or, why is it that you have an appointment 3 months away, or why don't you have it till next year? It's your fault, or it's your fault you don't take this insurance. Why not? And
I've heard this one before. What do you want me to get sick by appointment?
Yeah.
I'm sick now. I don't know if I'll be sick in 4 months.
Or I'm gonna die by the time if I don't, by the time I have
I'll die before I get an appointment. That's what they say.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be dead by then. I'm like,
wait a minute. We have a hospital here.
Yeah.
That's so far off the road, you could be dead by the time you go from the road to the hospital emergency room.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not even kidding you. It's called Virtua Voorhees Hospital. If you think there goes the name for it, folks. Take a look. Go do an aerial search of Virtua Voorhees Hospital. It looks like a small city.
Oh my goodness.
Okay? By the time you get to the ER, you could be dead.
Oh boy.
That's how far it is off the road.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm not making a word of this up. I swear to you, I'm not.
Then don't get sick, huh?
Right? Yeah, don't get sick, okay?
Yeah.
And if you have a heart condition, don't go there because they don't have a cardiology department. the
Oh my!
only hospital I know of with no cardiology department.
You would think that every hospital would have all these different departments, right? But yeah,
And if
it's
you don't believe me, folks, ask my wife, who was the patient that never got seen.
mm, that's horrible.
My brother-in-law Scott says no f bombs, man.
Oh,
Well, it's hard, Scott. You're asking a lot of me, bro.
you've been put on watch.
But you know, if I know that probably either Dawn, my sister-in-law, or Anita called him and said, "Tell him to stop f bombing."
They probably hear you up there.
But you get where I'm going with this,
Yeah, and
you
then
know.
well, the especially because of the bullet casings that they found on the at the crime scene.
I got a funny feeling that when all is said and done, I got this funky feeling that when all is said and done, this is going to be the mother of all conspiracy cases. Because I believe, and I'll just say it now, I think Brian Thompson, God rest his soul, was the target of an attack. I think he was picked out. I think he was chosen for a hit, for an assassination, based on the horrible record of UnitedHealthcare. They make. Do you realize that Brian Thompson was making $100,000 a minute?
Oh, absolutely. They have the
Do you hear
highest
what I'm
rate.
saying, folks out there? He was making $100,000 a minute. That was his gross. Okay, 100 grand a minute. Go ahead, Mil.
Yeah, they
Look it
said
up
that
if you think I'm kidding.
yeah, they have the highest rate of denying people's claims, and they
Ever.
said allegedly AI was denying a lot of people's claims, but of course the doctor's visits were approved, and any like heart surgeries, like you were saying, or any other major surgeries, they were trying to deny them left and right, so he could pocket the money, and of course he was
Did you hear
pocketing
what
a lot of
Amelia
money.
just said? Did you hear what Amelia just said? I don't want it to get lost on people. I want you to listen what she said. And I'll repeat it for you. United Healthcare, you cannot fucking make this up. United Healthcare was using AI technology to deny people. Please, Amelia, tell
Yes.
them again if you think I'm bullshitting.
No, that
Tell
is
them.
the truth. That is the truth.
Read it. Tell them what you just told me.
Yeah, AI was they were using AI to deny a lot of claims, like for heart surgeries or any major surgeries, and of course they were okaying like appointments, doctor's appointments, or just regular okay appointments, or for certain medications. But AI was denying a lot of medications that were costing people a lot of money, so they would have to pay out of pocket. And
Yeah.
then when it came to, but I need this reimbursed, nope, AI denied it,
Yeah.
and he was
Don't be a
pocketing
wise
the
ass,
money.
Scott.
He
Don't be
was
a
nice
wise ass,
yesterday.
Scott, because he was nice yesterday morning. Shut up.
Well, he was in church, so
I was
he had to
doing church
be.
yesterday morning. That's why it was nice. I was in God's house. Now I'm in my house.
So, see, he proved
Um,
you are a nice guy.
Rosie and Leon, my doctor's office always gives me an appointment on the 4th of the month. 4th is payday. Yeah, here you go. 4th is payday. I have to rush back, not to have to wait until the next day. Yeah, no kidding, brother. I've been that way myself. So I have to say, and as much as I'm going back and forth on this because it's not really right what they did,
No,
but people cheered
they did.
that this guy got killed. Social media right now, or as I like to call it, unsocial media, is having a field day with this case because it's the epicenter. It's the epicenter of public frustration with doctors, with insurance companies, with the billing, the way they bill people. Amelia, you worked in billing, so you know how
I
it's
work in
done.
billing now. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She
Yeah.
works in billing.
Mhm.
Okay? It's horrible.
It is.
It's horrible how people have to. You almost. That's like I said previously. I've said this on other shows. I've said it tonight at least once. They look at you like you're the victim, not the patient.
Absolutely true.
You know, I mean, not the victim. They look at like like
Yeah.
it's your fault.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing, folks. It's not your fault, and don't let any insurance company tell you it is. Tell them Mad Dog said, "Go fuck yourself." And if they have a problem with that, come on the show and talk to me. I had a doctor scheduled to be on the show tonight. Apparently, she didn't have the cojones to show up. Well, guess what? She won't be back.
Yeah.
Done. One
And
strike, two strikes, get out. You're done.
and make sure that if your copay is only $20, make sure that they charge you and the $20 right then and there. You pay the $20, you have your receipt
Yeah.
that shows you paid the $20, so they don't come back and say, "Oh, well, your visit was $280 when it was only supposed to be $20, and that's what you were only supposed to pay."
Yeah, I had one. It's funny you say that because I went and had it was an MRI. I had an MRI.
Mhm.
The copay, I had an $81 copay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, wait a minute. It gets better. I get there, they surprised me. It was only a $25 copay,
Right?
but they sent me a bill for $2,000.
What? That's not right.
Well, they ended up paying for it.
Mhm.
The insurance, again, human beings, Amelia, human beings are doing the hitting the buttons.
Right.
Human beings are doing the paperwork. Human beings are typing in in the computer. Somebody hit the wrong diagnostic code.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. They put in the wrong code and they
They
billed it
put
to
in
the
the wrong
insurance.
DX code. Yeah.
And people
Mhm.
like me were supposed to send it to them, and then the person didn't put it in. So, yeah, they had to
Yeah.
read the insurance. Yep.
Coding department and the billing department work very closely with each other.
They didn't speak to each other like they were supposed to.
And that's you made my point for me.
Yeah.
You made my point. You made exactly the point. And that's frustration that
Mhm.
spills over into the public.
Yeah.
Let me just read something to everybody. I want you to bear with me. On the early morning killing of a top health insurance executive in Midtown Manhattan Wednesday has unleashed a flurry of rage and angered frustration from social media users over denials of medical claims. A public display of Americans' pent up frustration at the nation's complex health insurance company has not gone unnoticed. It continues. In one stark example, a Facebook post by United Health Group expressing sadness about UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson's death received 60. Listen to this one. And I checked it out. It's real.
Mhm.
62,000 reactions. 57,000 of them were laughing emojis. I'm going to read that again. CEO Brian Thompson's death received 62,000 reactions on UnitedHealthcare's Facebook page.
Mhm.
57,000 of them were laughing emojis. In other words, we're glad you're dead, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, they were.
Well, go if you think I'm kidding. It's still up there. Go look.
Oh, yeah, they were happy that he passed away. A lot of them were cheering, and they called the assassin. I'm going to say assassin because that's what he was.
Well,
They
let's
called
talk
him a
about
hero.
that. New York police have yet to determine the shooter's identity or motive, but in an interview with NBC, Thompson's widow, Paulette, told the network there had been some threats over the month against her husband, potentially related to a lack of coverage.
Yes.
She said, quote, "I don't know the details." You live with this guy and you don't know, really?
You don't know the details?
Every CEO that comes home brings their work home with them.
Oh, absolutely they do.
They absolutely do. A source told CNN News there were concerning threats against the UnitedHealthcare Group, the CEO, although Thompson's name was not specifically mentioned at that time. It goes on to talk about delay, deny, defend.
And yes.
That's what they talk about in the insurance industry.
Mm-hmm.
A shell casing recovered from the 2 bullets at the scene of the shooting had the words "depose" and "delay" written on them. According to law enforcement sources, they say police are exploring whether the words indicate a motive, since they were similar to the title of a book that's critical on the broader insurance industry. Yes. And it's called Delay, Deny, Defend. And that's what the insurance company lives by.
Yes.
Delay the claim, deny the claim, and defend your denial.
Right. And then the depositions that you have to prove, the paperwork in court, everything, all of that.
The insurance industry last year alone, Amelia, took in $27 trillion.
Oh, absolutely. All the denied claims.
Guess how much they paid out?
Oh, probably half, not even half of that.
Half?
Like thousands. That's it.
Fraction of a 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 half.
Oh my gosh.
They paid out less than $1 billion.
Oh my God. Really? That's horrible.
Okay. You hear what I'm saying? Less than a fraction of 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 half. That means half of a 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 half.
And in the CEO's pocketed the rest of the money.
What do you think where's the money going? It's going to pay salaries, benefits packages, right. I should say, severance packages, investment portfolios. Everybody in the insurance business, everybody is making money, from the secretary to the guy in the mailroom to the guy who makes the appointments to the guy who stamps denied on your claim, to the CEO, to the guys who run the company worldwide, of which Brian Thompson was one. Okay? You can't make this up. People are frustrated. Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Look around you. Look around you. People are dying because they're denying medicine.
Absolutely.
Services, procedures, life-saving treatment. But what do they care? They're making their money.
Oh, absolutely. Left and right they are. I mean, when I worked at a cancer place, they were denying people, and a lot of them had UnitedHealthcare.
It's crazy.
They were denying treatment. And what I don't understand is, how could you deny somebody treatment when they need it so bad just to stay alive? Come on. Really?
I hear you, Mill. You know, it's not right, but
it's not.
Look, on that note, I'll tell you what, we will be back in a few seconds. We'll do a spot here. Take a look at this.
So, you've got an idea for a business, the store you've been dreaming of. It's going to be amazing. There's just one thing to figure out. everything. With Shopify's all-in-one commerce platform, you can set up your online store fast, reliable, and no coding required. Create your unique brand with custom templates and themes. Sell online, in person, and anywhere else the future might hold. And manage it all from a single place. It's why every minute of every day, something amazing happens.
I just made my first sale!
A new seller makes their first sale with Shopify. Ready to set up shop on marketplaces and social? We're here for it. Need partners to help source products? We've got apps for that. Maybe you want to sell in person. Right here with you. You can even tap into tomorrow and accept over 300 digital currencies that we support. So when you're ready to bring your idea to life, power it up with Shopify.
We are back with WWTF Radio 88.7 broadband radio system around the world. This is What's the Buzz, America's Podcast. I'm Mad Dog DeCipio. She's Pitbull Chapman, and we're pissed the fuck off tonight, by God. Anyway, you know, if I put, like, my wife wants me to have a swear jar. If I put $1 every time I swear or say the F-bomb, we'd have $500-600 a week.
You'd have enough for Christmas next year or for your
no shit.
Damn. You'd have enough for your vacation.
But only F-bombs. Only F-bombs. Shit don't count because I say shit all day long. Let's talk about it. Okay, so when last we left off, you were telling everybody how the system works. Tell them how does the claim system work? Explain to everybody. Because this guy got killed over denied claims. And that's you know, there's no long and short to it. It is what it is. He got killed over claims. Tell everybody how that works, Neil.
Well, they when they go see the doctor, of course, the doctor's office gives us the information to submit the claim to the insurance.
Right.
And no matter what the procedures are or where they got seen for, and then we submit that part to the insurance, and then the insurance will look at it to see if that doctor was qualified to do the procedure, first of all, or if the doctor was in network for that certain procedure, or if the doctor is able to bill for that certain medication if they take that medication. And then they put that in a bundle, and then we submit it. And then if the insurance is able to approve any of that, then they'll come back to us and say, okay, only charge the patient for the visit for copay, or this is the co-insurance they have to pay the difference. 80% we pay for, and then they pay the 20%.
Okay.
Or of course they pay for that and for the copay, and then that's it.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What are some of the criteria that will get a claim denied?
If the doctor was not in the network that they had to go see. 2, if the insurance does not pay for the certain does not have authority to pay for that medication, or does not cover the certain medication, or does not do that if the doctor's not qualified to do that procedure that the patient wanted them to do or did. If they say, okay, well, the doctor's not insured for that procedure, so I'm sorry, but we're going to have to deny that. You're going to have to pay out of pocket for that. So
I'm pissed off right now.
Okay.
I'm pissed off right now because Leon and Rosie, who I love because they're here all the time, Rosie just got denied surgery that will allow her to walk again.
What?
Without it, she will be in the wheelchair forever.
Oh my gosh.
Are you serious?
What?
Are you fucking kidding me? For real?
How did she get denied the surgery?
Well, that's the question I have to ask.
Yeah, they have to get a referral with the authorization that says it's medically necessary, medically needy. They should have had something on that referral.
Rosie, if you're there, you and maybe get Leon to respond for you if you like. Give me a little heads up on this. Give me some. Enlighten me. Why was she denied? Leon, why was Rosie denied on this? What's the deal here? because I get when I hear shit like this,
That would make me very angry
so
too.
fucking angry. I really do.
Yeah.
I really, but yet she gets denied a surgery that can help her walk, right?
Right.
But Kamala Harris wants people to have transsexual surgery that come over the border.
And it'll prove it.
Free
Like that.
free surgery.
Yeah.
For we'll turn your little boys into little girls. Go fuck yourself, you cunt. The fuck out of here. Piece
That's
of
ridiculous.
shit.
That's ridiculous. And also too, if they make sure that your referral says that it's, like I said, medically necessary, medically needy, or your referral needs to have a pre-authorization.
I think walking is medically necessary. Okay?
Absolutely, and maybe
especially if you're able to do it.
And the stupid person,
especially if a surgery can help you.
Yeah,
do it.
And whoever was at the doctor's office didn't see that or didn't put that on there. That were supposed to put that on there. Who did the referral? Didn't put that on there, and that was
a very good
on their
question.
Part.
Very good question. How many people, Amelia, get that after you get it?
As far as the pre-authorization, we have to make sure that it says medically necessary, medically needy, and the doctor's office has to say that as well.
What's the difference between? Here's a question nobody bothers to ask.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it is.
Right.
What's the difference between medically? Because my father, God rest his soul, was medically needy. What's the difference between medically needy and medically necessary? What's the criteria for the two?
Medically needy is like done right away. It needs to be done right away, or else it's like an emergency. Medically necessary means it's necessary to be done as soon as possible, but medically needy means to be done right away. It's like,
well, my dad was a heart patient.
Then it has to be done right away, life or death situation.
Yeah. I see. Whenever Pop wasn't feeling well, any hospital he went to, I don't care where he was or whatever.
Right.
Any hospital he went to took him right back.
Perfect.
Took him right in.
That's the way it should be.
Okay. But not, to be fair though, I've seen people wait in the lobby that were bleeding. I've seen people, I'm not even making this up. I saw a guy vomiting into a paper bag in the waiting room, in the lobby. And I don't understand, like, you're going to let them like throw up in a bag?
They will take the more like heart condition patients, anybody that can't breathe more patients first, than the people that vomit.
My wife, we went to the hospital that night. She's a heart patient. You know that, right?
Right.
They took Anita right back. But that poor bastard was thrown up in his bag.
Because she had a heart condition. Anybody that can't breathe, heart conditions will take first.
Nobody even bothered to ask this guy what was wrong with him.
He probably did.
He's down like just chucking up in a bag. I'm like, okay then.
A lot of the time they overlook people if you don't have insurance before people that have insurance. They'll take people that have insurance first.
There you go. There you go. Now you're talking. Because there are people here in where I live in this area, many of who cannot afford insurance. Some of them have state insurance like Medicaid.
Right.
Okay. Some have Medicare.
Right.
Some have both. Okay. I have Medicare. I make too much money to have Medicaid. Okay.
Well, that's a surprise because you're supposed to have both. So what? Medicare doesn't cover Medicaid to cover.
No. I have a supplement. I have a private insurance.
Okay.
I pay for my insurance. You have to be like almost destitute. I made. I'm not making this up. Ask my wife, folks. I'm kidding. I made, this was years and years ago, like 12 years ago. I made $1 too much.
Oh, wow.
And they denied me.
That is
They cut me.
ridiculous.
They threw me out of the program because I made $1 too much. You think I'm kidding?
That's
Do you
ridiculous.
think I'm kidding? The guidelines are so strict with Medicare, with Medicaid, with state insurance like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, Cigna, all of those insurance companies, all of them, any of them, UnitedHealthcare, you name it, Aflac, they're all of them. They're so tough to get coverage if you don't have, like, if you can't afford the good stuff.
Right.
They offer insurance to everybody, but how much can you afford?
That's the truth.
And what kind of health do you have? We should have coverage for everybody. I can't believe I just said that, because that's socialism.
Yeah.
But guess what? The problem with that, with everybody should be able to afford health care. The problem is, if everybody has health care under a socialist system, you think you're waiting long now to see a doctor? I got family and friends in Canada. If you have a flu, what do? We take some aspirins. We got to wait, right? A couple of weeks.
Right.
If you want to go to the doctor to get medicine for your flu in Canada, you got to wait 5-6 months.
Oh, my God.
You got to wait 5 months to get medicine. Forget about getting seen by a doctor. You got to wait 5-6 months just to get some meds. You pick up the phone. Hey, doc, can you call me in a script? I do it all the time. No problem, man. I'll send it to the drugstore right now. Boop,
Right.
hit the button. Boop, done. Right? Not there. Nope. You got to wait.
Oh, my goodness.
First come, first serve. Think I'm kidding?
If you're lucky to they have it there for you, right?
Telling you.
Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
going to do, on that note, Amelia, I'm going to do our second commercial break. You're going to love this one. Watch. Do you have sweaty balls or volleyball netty balls? It's time to make them ready balls. The Manscaped.com Lawnmower 3.0 will do the job and clean your knob with its patented no-nick head, so your head will function as desired. Enter promo code Wrestling Future for a generous 20% discount. That's enter Wrestling Future for a 20% discount. Manscaped.com and Wrestling with the Future, going balls to the walls with Manscaped.com and the Lawnmower 3.0. Your balls will thank you, and so will we. I am the Mad Dog. She is the Pit Bull. This is America's Popcast. What's the buzz? On a feisty and fiery Monday night, by God.
Yes.
Amelia, let's take a look at a little slideshow. We haven't had a slideshow in a while.
All right.
Let's take a look at this. These are some of the headlines, by the way. So what they have, the New York Post is like this, kind of like this sensational newspaper. The headline says Murder Inc. INK. The problem with this is, there was not really a problem, is that it says Murder Inc., but the guy is smiling.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit of a problem with it, but I guess he's happy about what he did. I don't know. But we don't know whether this is the actual guy or not. And you're going to find out why in a minute. But, Amelia, tell everybody this guy's name, because you found out his name.
Yeah. Luigi Mangoni.
Luigi Langoni. Now, you can
Mangoni
see
with
him
the M.
here in this. By the way, that's Brian Thompson in that blue jacket.
Yes.
The shooter is right behind him. Okay? If you can't see, there's a guy standing there. You see the guy
Right.
standing there with the white pants on and the red jacket?
Mm-hmm.
That's a parking attendant. That's a valet. You could see his white pants, his shoes. Okay? Now, that's Brian Thompson. He gets shot from behind twice. 2 bullets that had inscriptions on it. By the way, this is where I took the name of our show from tonight. Time to take action. There's a lot of problem with healthcare, with medical coverage, with getting taken. Go to a hospital, you could wait for hours.
Hours and hours, yes.
My wife and I sat at Virtual Voorhees Hospital in Voorhees, New Jersey, from 10:30 p.m. to almost 6 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
and never saw a doctor.
Oh dear.
I kid you not.
Jeez.
That woman was having chest pains the whole night. And then they tell her, well, if you have a cardiac problem, you're in the wrong place.
They barely told her that at that late.
Wait a minute. They said we don't have a cardiology department.
Oh my
and there's
God.
no cardiologist here. You'll have to go to the hospital down the street. Would have been nice to know that about 5.5 hours ago.
Exactly.
Crazy stuff. This is what I'm talking about. Who was Brian Thompson? Okay, so who was this 50-something-year-old guy? How does a 50-something-year-old guy get a job heading up the largest insurance carrier on planet Earth? How do you do that? Either you're very, very good, you're very, very smart, or you know how to wheel and deal like a motherfucker. I got a feeling with Brian Thompson, it was a little of all of the above.
All above. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, well, think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
Amelia, he was your age.
Yeah, he was smart. He knew what he was doing.
You know, shot dead in New York. These are the headlines. Again, there's another, the same headline: healthcare under fire. There he is. You see the guy. He's got kind of a long barreled gun. I don't know a lot about what kind of gun that is, but it looked like it will do some damage.
They said it was more, the police allegedly say it was more like a ghost gun, like a 9mm would have done, and they said allegedly it could have been done by a 3D printer so far.
It looked like it.
Yes.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. Those guns work.
Yes.
They work.
If you remember the first picture to this picture, to me, allegedly does not look like the same guy to me.
It's not.
It does.
Can't be.
Cannot be correct.
You're going to see some pictures, folks. If you want to know, if you want to understand what the pit bull is talking about, just bear with us for a couple of seconds. There's Brian Thompson. Rest in peace, sir. I don't know if he was the good guy, if he was the bad guy. I don't know if he was a victim, a target. I don't know. I don't want to pass judgment on Mr. Thompson. But this is a guy here that they're saying is the shooter. Okay?
All right.
Now, if he's the shooter, and then who the hell is this guy? Because they're, first of all, why, if Why wear a mask?
Right.
Okay. And you haven't seen people wearing masks for some time now. Let's go
For
back to
quite
the
a
picture,
while, yeah.
right? He's wearing a mask. I think that's bullshit.
It is.
I think this picture, and I'm going to say it, folks, I think it was a staged photograph. And I want to tell you why I believe that. Take a look. You're going to see there's another him smiling killer. You seen that one on the headline of the paper. I told you, Amelia, he got on a bicycle.
Yes.
And when he didn't rush.
He did not rush at all.
He didn't rush. He put his gun back in his pocket. He got on the bike and very slowly just drove away.
Drove away like if it was nothing, just like a regular day. He did what he had to do and just left.
That was it. And here's the picture again. Now, I got a problem with this. He just so happens to be walking past a police car. An open police car? Really? In New York, an open police car? Amelia, for real?
That's not possible.
Now he's looking through the window. He's in the back of the police car. How? That picture, folks, is crystal fucking clear.
Very clear.
That picture was staged.
Yes.
I don't care who you are, where you're from. If you're living under a rock, you know that picture is staged, by God. Anyway. Final thoughts on this. I have all kinds of problems with this.
Yeah, many unanswered questions.
Of which, what's that, Mel?
It's just too many unanswered questions that we won't know for a while until they question this Luigi Mangione guy and to find out where he was, why he is the suspect that they're wanting to find out more about, and why he had that New Jersey fake ID, and why he fits the description, and what was he doing in that area if it was him, until they do the DNA testing on the Starbucks cup, if it all matches up.
Here's the funny thing about it. I'm going to tell you something that'll surprise you. Midtown Manhattan is quite safe.
Yes.
And rarely, and I mean quite rarely, you'll hear of a gun shooting. You will hear of gun shootings all the time in Brooklyn,
right,
Staten Island, Queens, out in the boroughs.
Right.
But Midtown Manhattan is fairly safe.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And this kind of stuff, unless it, like something like this, it was a targeted attack.
Right.
That or a mafia hit. Those are the only times, really, that you hear of anything like this coming out of Midtown. Because there's so many people that most of the time, honestly, folks, if you think I'm kidding, there goes Angelo bullshitting again. I'm not. I promise you I'm not. Most of the time, the public will settle the situation before the police ever get there. Because people in New York take pride in New York.
Yes.
And you can't walk 10 feet without seeing either a cop or a patrol or somebody on a beat, somebody walking, monitoring everything. It's a very safe place.
Yes, and all the cameras all around, all the buildings too. Every camera.
The whole city,
yes,
is under surveillance. But it would have to be. Look how many people live there.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And by the way, shout out to the fine men and women at the New York City Police Department who do an amazing job of arresting, convicting, and jailing the bad guys.
Yes.
Then most of the time they get it right. Sometimes, sometimes they get it wrong, but it's like every police department, they can't be everywhere all the time. Anyway, Amelia, what we got coming up?
Well, we don't have anything actually until January coming up.
Really?
Yeah, we don't
Why
have
not?
anything. Because that's where we're going to have our branded new shows coming up. And right now,
Tell everybody about your show. Amelia is you're not going to see Amelia and I together anymore, folks.
Nope.
Amelia is only going to be on Wednesday nights. I will be by myself Monday and Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's how he wants it.
It has to be that way. I'm giving you FaceTime. I'm giving you FaceTime.
He doesn't like me no more.
I love you, but you're a pain in my balls.
See? You see that? No, our one of our very first shows that we're going to have.
Amelia will occasionally jump in. Of course she will. Okay? So
one of our shows that we do have.
Leon. Huh?
One of our shows that we do have right now is for January the 13th. We're going to be revisiting the Black Dahlia Elizabeth Short.
Oh, man. I got
special guest, Alistair
I'm all
Cross.
ready. I already got my shit together here for that one. I am ready for the Black Dahlia case for sure.
Yeah. And, that's going to be a fun one with Alistair Cross.
Oh, yeah. We got to talk. We are going to do a show. Do you know about the drones?
I heard about there's a lot of drones that
you're going to
like
see
spaceships.
them. You're going to see them tomorrow night. Scott, thank you for reminding me that we have a show tomorrow night. I forgot to tell Amelia.
What? Amelia, you're going to have a show tomorrow night?
You have a show tomorrow night, yes. We're going to cover the drones tomorrow night. Are they actually drones? Are they UFOs? Are they part of a broader invasion from space?
Ooh.
So says Governor Phil Murphy. He doesn't know what they are. Our governor, God bless him, what a pain in the ass he is. But he did legalize pot here, so you did something right in your 8 years, you prick. They elected him twice. I don't know why, but they did. I guess he was a good guy. He got us through COVID, I give Governor Murphy a hard time. He was, he's a good guy, supposedly. Well, look, he's got to deal with us, okay?
Right.
He's got me to deal with, okay? Phil, when you get out of office, I'm going to have you on the show. I'd love to have him on. Talk to him a little bit. Tomorrow night, folks, are they invaders from another world? Or is somebody spending a ton of money? Some of these drones, Amelia, they say are the size of cars.
Oh, wow.
I'm not even kidding.
We have somebody flying two of them here.
You know what? Why don't you do me a favor?
Okay.
Talk to everybody about Alistair and that show. I want to pull myself out of here for a second. I want to show you something. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, that's our first show for the new year. We're gonna talk to Alistair Cross. He is interested in the Black Dahlia Elizabeth Short, who was murdered and left behind on the street. In the way they had her body, I'm not going to give a lot away because I know that we're going to be doing that show again, but they left her body and it looked like a mannequin, the way this lady had found her, and it just looked so horrible that mutilated. They did end up finding out that let me see if I remember the story correctly. They ended up finding her in bits and pieces, but the way they had her cut, her mouth was like cut from ear to ear. It was so bad. The smile on her face, and it was just so mutilated that they they told her mother that she had won some kind of a contest. So her mother would end up calling back because they didn't really want to tell her how that her daughter had died. So they had to fly her mother to California to tell her that in person, which to me, I wouldn't want to find out any kind of news that way myself. But I think it was a week before they had a movie called The Blue Dahlia. So it ended up that Elizabeth Short had a flower in her hair, as a black flower. So that's how she ended up getting her name, the Black Dahlia. And Alistair told us that he was so fascinated about that story. And I said, well, why don't you come on and talk to us about that? What's your fascination on that story, since he is a horror author? And he said that he would love to come and talk to us regarding that story and see what his interest is in that. So we want to revisit to see if there's any different clues. Because, as they say, whenever you have fresh eyes on a story that's unsolved, maybe you can find different clues, maybe help them solve the murder of the Black Dahlia, to see if there's anything that we can bring fresh light to. So, and as far as my show is called The Chapman Files, I'm going to be talking about people that have been murdered, maybe unsolved cases myself, or the murders themselves, to see what made them do that, what made them tick, and then of course, as far as the murders themselves, why, see if I can help, like I said before, bring fresh eyes to the murders to see if I can help, get them solved, and hopefully get the family some justice, and get them to rest in peace. So I'm hoping Angelo has found everything that he needs. I don't know yet, but anyway, what's everybody doing for the holidays? Not much here, unfortunately. I haven't really decorated this year. I haven't really felt like decorating this year.
Boy, you are so long-winded. Oh my God.
I've been talking to everybody.
Jeez. She gets on here, folks,
You wanted me to
and
talk, so I talked.
then she sounds like she's got caca in her mouth.
No, I don't.
I stick her in front of a camera by herself, and she's like, "Oh fuck, I don't have nobody to bounce off of." You're gonna be in trouble with this show. I got news for you.
No, I was just thinking about what I was gonna do first. What case I was gonna do first.
Tomorrow night, I found some drone footage. We're gonna
Mhm.
see all of this tomorrow night.
We have two of them here, and not the people have flown, and we followed them, and they look huge. And people think that they were actually that, and we followed them, and people were actually flying them in the air, trying to make people think they were real UFOs.
Yeah, no, these things are huge. Some of these are the size of a car.
Why would they fly them?
They're not normal drones. These are huge.
Oh wow.
They're like they're like the size of a car.
Why would they
Like,
fly them around?
first of all, how are they flying? How are they staying in the air?
Yeah.
And they're not making a lot of noise either.
Like humming noise,
So,
you can't hear them at all, or a
you
little
can
bit.
hear them, but they have a humming sound.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're gonna tomorrow night. We'll see. You'll understand what Scott's talking about. Yeah, we're gonna do that tomorrow night. I will listen. In the meantime, we're gonna get the hell out of here because we're done. Like I said at church, get out of here.
Get out of here. Let's go home.
Yeah, we're gonna go home now. Neil, we are
Mhm.
gonna say goodnight. To take care. I'll see you tomorrow night. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Get out of here.
Bye.
Go.
You go.